evolution of the HTML. So how the HTML has evolved, it means it was defined with the HTML. So HTML is nothing but the standard, what we say, like a standard generalized markup language, and it is a standard for how to specify a document, like how the structure of the document should be and how it should be viewed to the end users. So it is used to specify a document markup language or a tag set. Here the markup language is nothing but the set of instructions that are given to the browsers to display the text. For example, in a browser you can see different types of text, like there will be an italic text, bold text, some subscript and superscript, like a component value like x square, something like x to the power of 2. So there are different representations of the text. What we call them is like a markup language. Means markup language is nothing but it helps to display the text in a form of a different structure. So markup is nothing but an instruction to the web browser. So if you can see the full form of HTML, hypertext markup language. So hyper is nothing but it provides the links or navigations. So markup language, it gives a set of instructions to the browser how the page should be displayed. So now coming to the evolution. So as we discussed here, language, and from this HTML has evolved. So original intent of HTML is like general layout of document that could be displayed by wide variety of computers. So on the different types of computers, we can have a layout, like how, structure of a document, how it should be displayed. For example, in a document we can have a different images, text, and other videos, etc. So in order to have the different kinds of text on the page, we need to have a layout which can be defined using this HTML. So if you can see here, like there are different versions of the HTML. So the year in which the HTML 4.0 has come up is 1997. So introduced many new features and deprecated many old features. So in this version, which was the before version of HTML5, it has emerged in the year 1997, and it has new features, and deprecated means some of the features are removed, mean they are no more in a HTML standard. Some old features which are of no use, and some new features which has got an advanced features when compared to the old features has been introduced in this HTML 4.0. And for HTML 4.01, it has come up in the year 1999. So it's a pure version of the HTML 4.0. So after the 4.0, some of the tags are deprecated again, and a new version has come up with HTML 4.01. So XHTML, so just the difference between XHTML and HTML is like in XHTML, the document rules are very strict. So if we start, as HTML is a set of tags, like different tags like p tag for italic tag, like HTML is a markup language with yeah. Yeah, HTML is a markup language which helps us to display the portion of the content on a web pages. So now, if you can observe like the basic the HTML document structure, we have discussed the previous versions here, and origins and evolution of HTML is like why we are using the HTML rather than XHTML. We need to understand. See here. So XHTML, as we have discussed before, it's like a or a strict language which does not has many features when compared to the HTML. So HTML, the reasons to use the XHTML rather than HTML is like you can see here in the slides, HTML has a lax syntax rules and leading to sloppy and sometimes ambiguous documents. So XHTML syntax is much more strict, leading to clean and clear documents in a standard form. This is a comparison between XHTML and the HTML. So HTML processors do not even enforce the few syntax do exist in a HTML. The HTML does not have a very strict rules, like even if you don't close a tag also it accepts. There are no particular standards that are very much strict. So the syntactic correction of the XHTML documents are validated. So whatever the syntaxes you're writing in a XHTML, those are validated against the W3C rules. I'll explain about the W3C in the coming slides, what it is actually and how it is helping the HTML out. So coming to the basic syntax, elements are defined by the tags. I hope everyone can, sorry for the interruption, there is something, net is being disconnected frequently here. Now you can see and see my screen, right? Not all the tags have content. For example, if we have like 2 lines of text, I want the second line of text to be starting from the second line, not from the end of the first line. Then in that case, I give a tag like break tag. That will be like angular braces. In the place of name here in the PPT, you can write as BR and the slash, backward slash, and the close of the angular braces. So this tag doesn't have a starting tag and an ending tag. The tag itself is a single thing and it has a BR embedded within the angular braces. Okay, so this is about the tag which does not have a starting and ending. Okay, the container and its content together are called an element. So the container is nothing but the tag we can take it and also the content within it. For example, so this is a p tag and here I have written like hi and the closing tag will be like this is a p tag. Okay, so whatever you can see within this tag hi is nothing but the content. So the tag starting, tag ending, and with the content all together we call it as like a element in a HTML. So if a tag has attributes, they appear between its name and the right bracket of the opening tag. I will show you like, so here we have some tag called as a bold tag B. Sorry, it's a B. It's small b itself. So here we can write as a class CLASS, which is nothing but it's a CSS attribute. So CSS we will discuss it in a coming slides. For understanding, I'm mentioning like I think everyone can see my shared screen. So here you can see like there is a p tag with class as an attribute, and the class is like hi. In CSS we will have a what we say like definition for a class. Like for example, hi, we need for this p tag we need to have a background color. So in CSS file we will write this as hi. For class we will use the dot in a CSS file, and it will be like dot hi background as red. So actually this is the whatever you see like dot hi background red, this is a CSS class. So here you can see like p class is equal to hi. This hi is written in a CSS file like dot hi having the property called as background red. So this is the starting tag with the class attribute, and the angular brace is closed, right angular brace is closed, and it has a content and a closing tag. Okay. Now coming to here, if we want to write, coming to the PPT back, we have a comment form. So if we want to comment anything like in HTML, it will be embedded between this tag, right angular brace, exclamatory mark, and two dash, followed by the content, and again two dash followed by the right angular brace, which is nothing but, for example, in coding, you'll be writing the functions or anything. But in future, if your code is to be reused by anyone else, so they need to understand what the functionality you have written. So in this comment session, what we'll do is like we'll describe the functionality for the future purpose. For example, in a project, if you are there sometime back another member joined and he needs to understand your code, then in that purpose this comment form is very much useful for us. Even for our reference also we can write like what that particular function is doing. So browsers ignore the comments, they won't display the comments within these tags on the markup on the like a browser where you view your page. So unrecognizable tags, line breaks, multiple spaces, and tabs, these are all ignored by the browsers. So tags are suggestions to the browser even if they are recognized by the browser. So tags tells us like, for example, it is a bold tag. So please display the content in a bold, like it's a dark format of a font. So now coming to the I hope everyone can see my screen, right? Yes, okay. I'm just trying to go to the next slide. I'm getting a few error here. Yeah, just hold on. 4 and 4.01 and everything. So in order to display the different versions of the on the browser, we need to follow certain standards which are set up by the W3C organizations, World Wide Web Organization. So these standards we have to maintain while writing a document. So there are like several types of document types. You can see here in a upcoming slide. So HTML document structure. So this tells the version we are using, XML version. So doc type HTML, doc type is nothing but it tells the browser like which version of HTML we are using. So doc type HTML public, which is public to everyone, and W3C and document type definition HTML, we are using the version 1.1 and the language is English. So here http colon www.w3.org is nothing but the W3 organization standard. We need to include this in every header of the, so this will be the first line of your HTML page. So after this line only, after defining which version of the document you are using, then you can write the HTML head, title, body as it is required. Okay, the whole document must have the HTML as its root. So the whole document, after writing this doc type HTML, then you have to write the starting head tag in which you will have a title tag. So title will be like what is the title of your browser, my first page kind of thing. Okay, you can give any title to your browser page. Then comes the body. So within this body tag only you will be defining all the tags. So all the four tags should have a ending tag for sure. Okay, in XHTML it will be an error if you don't properly close the tags. So the whole document must have the HTML as its root. Root is nothing but the parent. So your structure will start from the HTML. So HTML must have the XMLNS attribute. So we have to define this attribute when we are writing a HTML. This is nothing but the standard we are following, HTML XMLNS and HTTP w3c.org. So this must be written beside the HTML. A document consists of a head and a body. So the title tag is used to give the document a title which is normally displayed in the browser window bar at the top of the display. So this we have discussed, right? At the top of the display you can see the title tag which is in the head tag. So prior to the XHTML 1.1, a document could have either a body or a frame set. So like before HTML, without like it can have either a body. So within the body we'll be writing the different tags like P or bold or div or anything. So it was like a frame set before. I'll discuss about the frame set in detail in next slides. So if you can see here, this is the basic text markup. So text is normally placed in paragraph elements. So whatever the text you have, you can place it like hi, our first document, hello world, etc. Here in here you can see like a paragraph element, XML version, which version you are using 1.0. So I can't increase the font of a presentation, so I'll be just writing it on a notepad and display it to you. Okay. So these standards are very much important while you are writing your code, because if any of a tag is missing or if you miss even a letter also, your whole page goes off. You cannot see the content. There will be a lot of alignment issues that goes on. Soon I'll be sharing my screen. I'm just typing the content. Here in the notepad, you can see like I have written a doc type. Okay. HTML public W3C standard, which is a transitional. I have taken it as a 0.01 transitional, and this is the type of DTT. DTT means document type definition. We have several documents like straight, transitional, and frames. So if you write here as strict, all the closing and starting tags should be like followed for sure. Okay, here you can see the title tag. I have to write it in a head. XML NS. It's nothing but the namespace. We will call it as what kind of namespace you are using. And here the tags goes on like W3C, etc. As I have seen before, I'll just type it in. Just understand here, this is the header part and this is the title HTML tutorial, which you can see on your right portion of the page, and this is the closing tag. So here in the body, contains the h1 tags. This is a heading. So here header tags we have like h1 to h6, we have the header tags. H1 gives the largest font when compared to h2, h3. It decreases slightly when compared to every tag. So this is a paragraph, and this is your closing body tag, and this is your closing HTML tag. So you have seen a sample program with the header and title and body tags, what goes on. I'll give a few examples like how the tag should be. So now coming to the, so I've just pinged you something about the XML namespace. This is very much required in XHTML and it is invalid. So here you can just remove it off. When you take it as XHTML, it is okay. When you take it as 4.01, it is not required, okay? Invalid in HTML 4.01 and it is optional in HTML5. So in HTML5, we just need to describe only the doc type HTML. That's it. No need for a extra tag like doc type HTML, public and everything. Okay. Now coming to the basic text markup. I'll first go with the description first and I will write a sample program at the end of the session so that I can execute it in a browser. You can have a better understanding. So W3C HTML validation service. This is the service which helps us in validating our documents, HTML documents. So if you can open this link and type your all the like paste your HTML content, you can see the set of errors. So line breaks, for the line breaks, if you want the two lines of text to be displayed in a different lines and not the continuation of the first line, you can use this break tag. And is the same as sort of a P except for the blank line, no closing tag. So this is the tag which doesn't have a closing and a starting and a closing specifically. This itself is a tag which helps us to have a break between the lines of text. So examples of the paragraphs and line which you can see like on the plains of hesitation, P bleached the bones of countless millions and a break. And this is some of the text he has given it. Here you have given a break tag. So what happens here is like on the plains of hesitation to the millions, the text will be on one line. It takes a line break and again who at the dawn of the victory, again it's take a line break, that will be the second sentence, and they sat down to wait, and that will be the third line of text. Okay, and typically the display of this, it will be like this, you can see it. Few points about the use of the XML-NS attribute. So this attribute specifies the XML namespace for a document. It gives a name of a like how it is followed in a document structure. See, okay, Nanya, let's start just the video. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So I'll do one thing. You can download this PPT and you can refer till this 2 point up to this 8 slides. You can first the thing you have to do is like you should refer to the document type standards, like what are the doc standards you have to follow. I will provide you a link. Okay. So now I hope everyone can hear my voice and video as well. Yeah, okay, right. Now the basic markup text language, let us go through the complete slide and I will stop for this session today. I have some connection issues here. I'll just try to resolve it. So by then I will tell you few of the topics which you have to cover for today. Okay. Yeah, you can see, you can download this document. I have enabled the option for you to download the document so that you can have a better view of the document. Okay. So just now go through this slide for today. Here in HTML, as I have written in the notepad, you have seen the paragraph tag. In the similar way, we have a H1 tags from H1 to H6, like H1 starting tag, closing H1, H2 starting and closing H2. Like that, from 1, 2, 3, use the font sizes that are larger than the default font size. And 4 uses the default size, and 5 and 6 are the smaller font sizes. Yeah, actually, as the slide content is not clear, you can just download the content and I will show you in a notepad in the tomorrow session. I will write down all the tags which we have discussed in today's class and execute in a browser and show it to you. Okay. As there are a few connection issues, I just want to have a brief wrap up of all the session today. I hope everyone can see here, like, so this is HTML with all the H1 to H6 tags displayed here. So here H1 you have given us some text, H2 you have given us some text. So try to do one thing, just copy this content from HTML, XMLNS space, namespace and all everything, like which has come up from the W3C organization. It is not mandatory that you need to have the namespace, which is an instruction to the document, like you are following this particular standard, it is given by the W3C organization. Okay, you can have this a copy in your notepad and save the notepad with the extension called .html and try to run it on any of the browser. It may be Firefox or Chrome. You can see the output like different styles of the tags, like different font sizes of H1, H2, H3, H4. So for today's class, you just need to write HTML with the doc type specification. Doc type is nothing but the instruction to the browser, like which type of version you are using, and then comes the HTML and root element, then comes the header. Within the header you should specify the title which can be displayed on the top portion of your page, and then comes the body tag. And body, you can have a different types of tags like H1 to H6, and you can have the end of the HTML tag. You just do simply write few of the tags like paragraph, bold and italic, and starting and closing tags must be must, and for you can save it using a .html and try to run on your browser. Okay, then you can observe like how the document is getting executed. I am just getting a few of the comments like few of you are not able to download this document. I think Ramakrishna will help you in downloading this document. Okay, please follow the instructions as given by Ramakrishna and try to download the document. Okay, so till slide 8, I'm just ending up the session. Please practice it on a notepad and save it using the extension called as a .html, and then right click on the browser and you can have the document visible on your browser, like whatever the tags you are writing, it can be displayed on your browser. If there is any error, it means like your tags are not closed properly or you are missing something. So in tomorrow's session, I will be writing the code on a notepad and I'll share you the screen so that and execute it parallelly so that you will have a clear differentiation like how these namespaces are and how these namespaces are working, even what is the difference when you add this namespace